husband and I have been trying to find a church in our area that we could handle attending, and we've been looking at this one. We've been watching the online services and just examine and discern to see if it was something that we could do as a family. Last Sunday, just yesterday, they had a speaker from their mission field in India come to give a message, and he shared one section of scripture. He shared a couple photographs of his endeavors in India, and he talked about how Jesus wants us to be generous with our resources and help those in need, and talked about how over in India they eat rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and everyone's so poor. I'm not trying to cast shade on going on mission trips and stuff and doing that kind of work. It is important to spread the gospel, absolutely. It's important to be charitable and help people, absolutely. But my husband and I were listening, and he shared his photographs of his endeavors. One was of their orphanage, the children at their orphanage. There are 22 orphans that they take care of at their church orphanage. And the other one was of a few Muslim women who they taught how to sew. And when my husband and I saw these photographs, we were immediately just done. Here's the first one, and if you're able to zoom in on this, it looks semi-acceptable, but what caught my husband's eye was these very poor children with no money to eat food. They can't even go to school because their families are so poor. They have very perfect and white teeth, and I realize that, hypothetically they're being cared for by this church orphanage, and so they have, clean clothes and stuff, but that kid in the very back, the light is shining on him, and all the other kids are in the shade, and you can see the shade behind them. Does it not look photoshopped? But just wait, it gets better. These are his Muslim women friends who are supposedly strong Muslims wearing their black burqas, and they just wanted to make friends with them so that they could end up telling them about Jesus. So they endeavored to teach them how to sew so that they could reach them. And now these devout Muslim women who are supposed to be wearing black burqas have colorful scarfy things. No offense, I don't know what they're called. But that's the guy. And then look at this lady right here. What's wrong with her face? And this lady right here, her blue scarf thing, there's no fabric folds in it. It literally looks like it was colored in with, I don't know what the color paint program on Windows. I can do better with that on Canva. And then this lady with the dark blue, that one looks real, but these two up here, the pink with the black, and then this lady with the multicolored one, her face looks like it was literally inserted inside of this color thing. This is clearly photoshopped, clearly. I could have done a better job on Canva myself as an amateur. This is terrible. What's going on? And then this is supposed to be the missionary to India that this church in my local area has sent to India. The entire message was a sales pitch to get people to invest more money into this program. And then there was this one story that he told about this Muslim woman who came to their church to be baptized because she decided to believe in Jesus, and they turned her away because her husband was a devout Muslim who was threatening to kill Christians. So they told her that she needed to go home and tell her husband what she was going to do. But don't worry, that night he had a dream that his wife went to heaven and he went to hell, and the church people did something to her in the water, and she was transformed and able to go to heaven, and he wanted to go to heaven with her, so they both went to church and got baptized. I'm not saying God can't do something like that, but that entire story, along with the obvious photoshopped pictures, sounds completely fabricated to me. What is happening to churches? What in the world? This is a very small church in my local community. Very small. It is so gross. It is so gross. We just want to get together with some people and read the Bible and talk about what's in the Bible. I don't want to hear guilt trips about giving money to the missionaries in India. Why don't you start by cleaning up your own disgusting neighborhood before you try and go to a different country? I don't want to hear targeted messages of you manipulating the Bible to make a point about your newly elected elders in your church. I don't want to hear a doctor give a presentation about what he thinks about near-death experiences. That's not church. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I would definitely watch that on a YouTube, but that's not church. That's not appropriate. Like, you're supposed to go to church to study the Bible. Anyways, I hope you had a good Sunday.